Hello, fellow Earthlings, and welcome to Deep Dive from the Hive, where we discuss modern-day musician life, answering the call to create, and what it takes to actually produce what you believe in. I'm your host, Marv Ellis, the captain of this submarine. It's a pleasure to be here with you today, so let's batten down the hatches and get to it. Let's go. Yes. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Hello everybody. Thank you for tuning back in. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, share this. We need that 5-star rating on iTunes, iPodcasts, everywhere. Everywhere you can get it, we got it up there. Go check it out. Yeah, you are tuned in. Yes, we are live at the Hive. I am Marv. I am happy to be here once again. I'm super stoked again to do this thing. I love this thing. I want to shout out to Horner once again at the Skyway and all fellow musicians and creators out there. Today, we are lucky. In studio, we have one of Southern Oregon's best kept secrets. She is a diamond in the rough. She lives and breathes her music, and she has a beautiful singing voice you will see later on in this cast, and she's a great songwriter. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Dawna Crocker in the building. Dawna, welcome.
Hi.
It's good to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
It's a beautiful day.
It is absolutely
You got
beautiful.
your water.
I got my water.
I got my water.
Yes.
We have stuff to talk about.
Yes.
So you're a true Southern Oregon native.
Yes. Born right here in Grants Pass, raised in Selma.
Now, for people who don't know, the fuck is that?
It's about 23 minutes towards the coast.
Okay.
From Grants Pass.
So on the way to Cave Junction, sort of?
Yes. It's right before. It's basically Grants Pass, Selma, Cave Junction.
Okay. What was it like for you to grow up in deep Southern Oregon like that? 'Cause that's a different place.
Yeah. No, it is. It's a whole different vibe. It's a whole different area, and the people here are really amazing. A lot of super creative people here. Not a whole lot to do, so we just make it up and we figure it out.
Yeah, you make the most of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like a late night. Look
Bonfires.
Bonfire, stars, rivers.
Down by the creek.
The Illinois River.
My backyard.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was your how long was the drive from your house growing up to the Illinois River?
10 minutes.
Shit, no.
Just right down the road.
Okay, for those that don't know, the Illinois River is probably one of the most beautiful rivers in Oregon.
I agree, 100%.
I mean, we're talking about Caribbean blue waters.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
Yeah.
And you had 9
Yes,
siblings?
I have 9 siblings. 2 that were my dad's from a previous marriage.
Okay.
So I wasn't raised living with them, but we're all still super close.
Okay.
And then there's 7 of us that we were raised with. And
Now, if I hit you with a timer, could you say their names?
100%.
Do it.
In order.
Alan,
Brad, Mary, Sarah, Jimmy, David, me, Jeffrey, and Brooke.
Boom.
Fantastic
work. Yes. Now, which one is your favorite?
I don't pick favorites.
So were you all homeschooled? You said you're homeschooled.
So I was homeschooled. I know I was homeschooled. I went to kindergarten, and then I was homeschooled from 1st grade until 9th grade. And then I think we were all, maybe not Mary and Sarah, maybe even Jimmy, but I know that the rest of us, we all were homeschooled for at least a period of time.
Okay.
But maybe not the older ones.
Right.
But yeah.
Till 9th grade.
Till 9th grade,
And
yes.
Which fed you into Illinois Valley High School.
Right.
What is the mascot there?
The cougar.
Is that appropriate?
Yes.
Okay. Just wondering.
Yeah, I mean, the mountain lion, it's there. I mean, you could probably take a walk and probably see one in Cave Junction. So
I'm surprised it's
was
not
fitting.
like the ganja tree.
Well, I mean,
Illinois
if they
Valley
would,
ganja trees.
If they were going to ask now, if they were like,
ganja.
Yeah, right. If they were going to be like, let's figure one for out now, then it might be. We might have some some CBD.
Right. The
Appropriate.
CBDs.
Yeah, for sure.
I love it. So, and then you grew up, 9 siblings is a lot.
Yep.
Were you starved for attention, or were you?
No. I mean, we all kind of did our own thing, but our parents were super supportive of like anything that we wanted to do. My mom my mom's always been my biggest fan, you know. Yeah. I've always thought that she kind of lived vicariously through me, you know, when it came to like, I mean, she'd go shopping and come home with like 6 show outfits, like glittery pants and like pleather pants for my shows, you know. She always had so much fun like picking out my outfits and bringing them home and being like, look, this is for this show or this is for this show. Super big supporter. And she did the same thing. I mean, all of my siblings will say that I was the favorite.
Okay.
But me and Mom were talking about it the other night, and she said she did the same thing for Mary and she did the same thing for Sarah, and then nobody else really wanted to do anything.
Oh. And your father, he was a musician?
Absolutely, yes.
A church musician?
Yes.
Okay.
He also did barbershop. He was in barbershop chorus. There was I don't know how many. There was I want to say like 60 other people that were involved in this giant barbershop amazing chorus that I've seen them. They did like every Thursday over at the Ginger Rogers Theater and stuff like that. It was amazing what they did. And then he was also he was the lead part in a quartet as well.
That's my favorite kind of music.
Yeah.
I do rap. Like
yep, he loved it.
But he taught you how to play guitar.
Yes, he did.
How did that happen?
So, I grew up watching him, you know, obviously from before I was born, he was playing at this church that we grew up going to in Cape Junction. And he had like taught some little things to my brothers, and I'd seen him like teach some things to my brothers. And then when I was 13, I had a friend of mine that passed away in a car accident. Oh. And there was my favorite artist at the time was Avril Lavigne. Yeah. And there was this one song on her album that really just kind of like was helping me through this loss of my friend. It's called Tomorrow. Yeah. I actually have it tattooed right here.
Oh, you do?
Yes. And so I went to my dad and I was like, Dad, I really want to learn how to play the song. It was mostly acoustic. And so we used to have this big, it was like his little cave, his little music cave where he had speakers. We were like hooked up to microphones and we were able to hook up our guitars and big old CD. I remember singing to Celine Dion over and over and over again with my microphone all day long.
Well, that's like the most epic setup, period.
Yeah. Right? And so I remember going in there and we played the song over and over and over again. And he like listened to it, and then he finally figured out the chords, and because this was before we could just Google, you know, ultimate tabs, you know, and so he like sat down and he taught me how to play it, or he taught me like the chords and all the little basics about it, and then I actually write in the song that I wrote for my dad. This is part of the story that is in that song, but. I'll never forget it. He looked at me and he said, all right, I'm going to go inside. And all I'm going to say is learning how to play the guitar is difficult. Don't give up. But unless you're some musical virtuoso, just don't expect to be playing this tomorrow. Right. And I'm like, okay, all right, cool.
That's
Thanks,
honest.
Dad.
That's honest advice.
Super cool. Super supportive. But like, and then a half an hour later, I went inside and I played him the whole song and finished the song. And then within that week, I like had learned a few more songs. And then 2 weeks later, I was competing in talent shows at the fairgrounds.
So you're self-taught?
Yes.
That's always interesting. You grew up listening to
everything, yeah.
But you mentioned
Avril Lavigne.
Yes. So I was like thinking Abel Levon. My brain's not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my brain's not really functioning at maximum capacity right now. But it's tough because we were talking about this earlier.
Right.
Things are changing. Mm-hmm. It's exciting. Excitement springs in the air.
Yes.
We might be getting out of this COVID thing, and
hope so.
It's been a long one. It's tough. But but so then you took this self-taught ability and skill, and you kind of just you took it all the way to like the Southern Oregon
Idol. Yes.
What was that experience like?
That was so fun. I was 16 and I didn't play my guitar. That was just strictly like a karaoke type of competition.
Yeah.
And then I went to the fairgrounds, the Jackson County Fairgrounds, where they had the first round of auditions. And I auditioned there, started on the completely wrong key, but it still worked out somehow because it was some crazy Celine Dion song, which later on I eventually sang again when I auditioned for The Voice in LA. I did that and I used the same song.
You've done a couple of those.
Yeah, I did America's Got Talent. Okay. I auditioned for America's Got Talent and The Voice.
So a couple things come to mind.
Yeah.
You must, from what you described your upbringing like and the setup you had, you must just slay karaoke.
Oh, it's
That's
so fun.
Is that your money?
It's my jam. Actually, so I was a bartender for 8 years.
Okay.
And I was tending bar out in O'Brien at a bar called McGrew's Restaurant and Lounge. And I used to be behind the bar and we'd do karaoke every Saturday. And I was the karaoke bartender. Oh. And so they used to call me the singing bartender. And I'll tell you, I've had so much fun. I would have the microphone in my hand and I'd be pouring drinks and doing the money and doing the register and still singing. And I've had people literally just be like, I don't know how much this is, but you just killed it. I gotta go. And it's so fun. It's so fun. Karaoke's my thing.
What's your go-to song?
Ooh, 45 by Shinedown.
Really? Guess what mine is?
What?
Woke up this morning, I lift my weary head. Got an old coat for a pillow and the earth was last night's bed. I don't know where I'm going. Only God knows where I've been. Bon Jovi.
Okay.
Blaze of Glory. Boom. Hit me with that. Or Alive by Pearl Jam.
By Pearl Jam? Nice. Pearl Jam.
But what do you think about these shows, the way they've evolved since you were watching them as a young child? And there's so many now and they've changed so much. What do you do you feel like they still have the core?
No. I don't at all. I don't.
No.
I feel like, I mean, especially going and like experiencing the auditions and stuff like that. And then just like talking to some of the people that had auditioned for so many different ones and like, you know, who knows really what the trick behind it. For all we know, they could be like, this producer, choose anybody that's in a blue shirt, anybody that sings a Johnny Cash song, you know, for all we know.
Yeah.
Because how else are you going to narrow down hundreds of thousands of people in this little amount of people? So, but I feel like the shows like American Idol, and I'll admit something to you that I honestly it doesn't make me feel good that I feel this way, but I can't watch those shows. I can't.
Why?
Because personally, I think it's because I just want to be up there doing what they're doing so bad that I just get angry and jealous, like in a way, like this. I get this weird feeling of like, they're good, but I don't like it.
Honestly, to be honest with you, you're just being real and human, and that's what most musicians I know kind of feel.
Yeah, just
we all
want
feel
it
that
so
way.
bad.
We just want it. We want to be up there and just voice. You know,
right?
It's like a drug.
Yeah,
it's like probably the best drug I've ever had.
Yeah,
in my life.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd pass on every other drug.
All of them.
For that drug.
Yep.
And like the endorphins that get released after you play.
Yeah. There's a whole thing for that. Like that. There's a thing for being up on the stage and then after you're done and it's just like, it's over and it was great and you had a good show. Even if you didn't have a good show, there's still this like, just release of like everything.
The Star Trek. When they're like, I hope they synthesize that someday. Post show. I'm going to give him 40 cc's of post show. Yes, I take it.
I would take it.
But I might get locked in a room. You never see me again.
Right.
He's post showing all day now. I don't know what to do about it.
He post shows all day.
He spends all
I'm
his
worried
money
about your post show problem.
He's on that PS.
Oh, yeah. He's on that PS.
Have you had PS yet?
If you haven't.
It's crazy.
No, you need to.
But that's a real drug. I like that drug.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your beautiful kids.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
my
3.
children.
And first thing I noticed as I, looked at your life is first thing that popped was like, your kids have your eyes.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
It's a Crocker thing.
That's a Crocker thing?
This is a Crocker thing,
okay.
Yeah.
What's going on with the Crocker thing?
Where's that from, your mom or your dad? My dad. Well, I mean, my mom and my dad both have blue eyes.
Okay.
And so we all have blue eyes.
Those
Always.
eyes, the ones you have, the one your son has.
I think, I mean, my mom's eyes are super blue as well. I think it might be from my dad. I think that the certain type of color or something I think is from my dad.
Okay. And would you like to say hello to your children?
To my
now?
babies.
To your babies. This is your camera here.
Hi. So Arabella. Hi, Arabella.
Hey, Arabella.
She's 13.
Okay.
And Trenton. Hi, Trenton. Gosh, wait till you hear that kid sing.
Really?
Oh man, it's amazing. He is 11.
Okay.
He'll be 12 in August. And then my baby just turned 10 in January.
Okay.
Damien. Hi, Damien. And
Arabella. Trenton. Damien.
Yes.
All three. And they all want to be YouTube stars. Is that what you're saying?
Bella would rather sit in her room and listen to My Chemical Romance than do anything else ever.
Really?
Yeah, with her best friend. That's all she wants to do.
Because that's what's going on right now.
Because even though it actually, I mean, it was going on when I was when I was her age. And I mean, I guess they are doing this big new comeback, or they tried to, and then COVID happened. But she's super stoked about that. But yeah, that's what she likes to do. And she's not a people person like me. Did she go dark mode on you? She went dark mode.
Does she like Donnie Darko?
I don't know if she's seen that.
You should trip her out and be like, let's watch a movie together.
I'm gonna do it.
You and me, bucket of popcorn, couch, Donnie Darko.
Black lipstick. Let's do it.
All around me are familiar faces.
Yeah.
Like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you play for your kids?
Yes. Yeah.
And then the next following question is, are you influencing them with your music? Are you explaining the way life is with your music to them?
Absolutely. There has been one instance that I remember, and I'll remember it for the rest of my life, and I hope that they do too, because writing music is something that, is really important to me. Yeah. And I remember I took them up to the snow park, and on our way down, I had a CD that my friend gave to me that had a beat that he wanted me to write to. And I played it. And I remember using that opportunity of being alone in the car with this beat that one of my friends made that they were hoping that I would write to. I remember I tear up even thinking about it because it was super emotional and super special. But yeah. I was explaining to them how I write music and how some people do and how, other people do it and how it works for me. And I ended up, I'm not good at freestyling, but if I was going to write to this is how it would be. And I ended up and the first thing I've ever freestyled in my whole life was this really emotional, we're all at the end of it, we're all crying in the car. Cause it was just, I just was freestyling about how much I loved my kids.
That's amazing.
And just, and then it turned into, okay, all right, we're lessons over for the day, but it was really special. And I've basically used everything that I've experienced. I'm a very open mother. I talk to my kids about everything. And so
if you were a computer program, you'd be open source. I like it.
Yes.
Organic.
I mean, obviously there is discretion, until certain ages. Which
you just tell them what's going on
at
all times.
Right.
And that's working for you, raising them as a parent to be completely 100 with them.
Exactly. Especially because I've been a single mom for most of their life. And I've dated here and there, but for most of their life. And so I've been very open about, this is why this relationship didn't work. And and I have to be the best example that I can for you so that you can see when it's not acceptable, all these different lessons that I have to make these decisions for this so that you can understand what it's supposed to be like,
Did they ever turn into counselors for you?
Yeah. Bella, especially.
Bella's your counselor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And Damien too. Damien, he's this old soul. Yeah. I can talk. I mean, they're all really good to talk to. Yeah.
You can talk about them as long as you want.
Yeah. Damien's an old soul for sure. He just, he'll read you. Like he'll sit and he'll have a little bit of a conversation with you, and then he'll like, now what can I say to this guy?
I like him already.
That he's going to be able to relate to what I'm saying, and I'm going to be able to relate to what he's saying. Yeah. And like biggest example was we were video chatting, and I tell this story so much, and it's my favorite story, but we're video chatting with my sister Mary, who lives in Montana. Mm-hmm. And I handed him the phone, and he was talking to her, and he hears Dr. Phil come on her TV. Yeah. And I'm watching Dr. Phil on my TV, and he goes, "You watching Dr. Phil?" And he's like 7 at the time. "You watching Dr. Phil?"
Is that the face he makes?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. He has totally my face. It's the craziest thing.
Okay.
So he's like, "You watching Dr. Phil?" And she's like, "Yeah, it just came on." He goes, "Yeah, my mom's watching Dr. Phil too. You know, it really is a safe place to talk about hard things." I'm like, what the hell?
So if all the kids, he's the one that would be on Kids Say the Darndest Things?
Absolutely. Okay, absolutely. Trenton would be on Talent Search, and Damien would be on Kids Say the Darndest Things.
What would Trenton's talent be?
He's a singer, man.
He's the one that
singer. I mean, they're all musically, like Bella, she's trying right now to learn the guitar. And Damien, he has rhythm unlike anything I've ever seen. And he's
like
also
polyrhythmic master.
Yeah.
Genius.
And he's an entertainer like you wouldn't believe. Like he's just the life of the party. He's so fun. Okay. And Trenton will perform for anybody at any time ever. And he is finally getting, because he's 11, and he's finally like finding his style. Like my favorite artist right now is John Bellion. And
John Bellion.
I love John Bellion. Okay. And I love his writing styles and everything. And I've listened to him a lot. And Trenton, so that's Trenton's favorite artist right now. Really? And other than me, I've never heard a kid sing more in the day than ever. He's constantly singing. He's always has music on, and he's always singing as loud as he can. And
does he ever want to play your guitar?
So the thing about, yes, they do want to learn how to play. I feel very hesitant to teach them how I play, because I've learned because of like teaching myself, I haven't really there's no like technical stuff to it's the basic of basic. A lot of the times my friends have heard me talk about, I feel like I'm cheating most of the time with the guitar.
You're just faking it till you make it,
man.
It's
I mean, it's got me here. Yeah. So it's got me to the point where I've performed for almost 20 years, and so, but I also feel very limited in what I know with the guitar. Okay. And so I know that I have so many people in my life that do know how to play really well and know the other side of it. And so I think that's what I am wanting to happen, is somebody to really like break it down the way that it should, like technically, why it does this. Cause I don't know if I know the G chord, and I know that if I do this, then it makes that sound. If I put the capo here, then it, very basic stuff. But I have started, because I don't want to just waste their whole, I have an opportunity to at least teach them something. So I have been like picking up the guitar with Bella a little bit, and
you're sort of like an alien on another planet, and you were sent a guitar in a space pod from Earth, and you picked it up, and you don't know how to use it, but you figured out how.
Right.
Is that why your guitar strap has aliens on it?
I'm going to go with yes.
I would just say yes.
I know. I've had that thing on there, and it's because I used to have this badass like pink and black Dickies strap, and I have no idea where that went. And so then I was just, I think I was like at a jam session one time, and somehow that went missing, and I found this one somehow, and it's probably been on my guitar for 3 years, but I'm leaving it. So.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, I think that we're really silly if we,
right?
if we think, I think it's really like egotistical and lame to think that out of all of the planets and all of the galaxies and all the universe, that we're the only one that has life is so silly to me.
Raised a Catholic.
Very, very strict Catholic.
Guilt-ridden.
Yeah.
And you think about that, but now you're saying you believe that it would be ignorant to think we're the only ones.
Oh yeah, which my mom would have a different conversation. Hi, Mom.
Right. Hey.
My mom's name's Cindy.
Talking about aliens right now.
She does. I mean, we've vaguely talked about the whole alien concept, and she's like, "No, that's not how it works.
That's not God.
Nope,
made
God didn't
man.
do that. He didn't.
A woman came from rib of man.
Right? Yes.
Give me a break.
Right. Yeah. And I love, like, I don't follow really any religion right now. I mean, honestly, if I was going to put anything to it, and my mom would laugh in my face about it, but I love Viking gods. Like the goddess Freya is
Valhalla.
like my jam,
I like it.
and which,
Not like I'm all into Viking gods, but I like Valhalla is my favorite place, like afterworld place to say. I like saying Valhalla. Better than, it's probably because of my love of Fury Road, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Celtic and that's very ancient
Absolutely.
traditions and
Absolutely.
so much folklore in Celtic history.
And
It's crazy.
I've just had some like experiences in my life that have led me to believe what I believe, once I started really being allowed to think for myself when it came to religion and things like that. I like had a few experiences that I couldn't explain other than this certain thing that, led me to believe what I do believe. And at the time as it is, there's nobody that could come to me with like, here's this book and I'm going to teach you, there's nothing that can really change what I believe just because I've experienced what I've experienced to believe what I believe.
Do you think that maybe just music is your faith now?
Yeah.
I feel that way.
I love it.
I meditate with music. I connect the dots with music.
Mm-hmm.
I enhance and better my life. I feel happiness.
Oh yeah.
And pure joy from music. I feel the God or a God or whatever it may be when I play.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Or like the connection to.
Yeah, like a connection. Or like we were talking about earlier, conduits.
Right.
Like when we write.
Yeah.
Because I want to talk a bit about your songwriting method.
Right.
But I wanted to tie it in with the kids a little bit.
Right. Yes.
But we do feel like we're hearing, I feel that way, you feel that way, a few guests before feel like it's coming to me. I'm just putting it out there. Like I'm just
man.
or writing.
It's so crazy.
Do you, considering that your kids are fully aware and paying attention and brilliant, it sounds like, do you put music and lyrics and messages into your music now that can teach them?
Yes. And that's what I've done. I mean, a lot of my music that I've written has been geared towards, really, I write it because I'm experiencing it and I've felt these things. And then I put it out to the world because I know that feeling of like, when you hear a song and you're like, that's literally everything. Like everything that you just said is what I feel. And then for like a little bit, you feel like, whoa, somebody else, went through that. So there's a lot of things like that's what I've been doing, but also that comes into play with experiences and lessons that I've learned throughout my life everything that I've written will teach them one way or the other,
Yeah.
So it is definitely geared towards that for sure.
When it comes to you, when you're writing, are you, I want to be so simple with this question, but are you on your phone noting it, or are you writing with the pen on paper with lines on the paper, or is it a Ticonderoga 2, or do you have your certain kind of pen that you like?
It depends, man.
That doth spew the ink the best way? Like, what is your...
It depends. There has been times when I've been, like the song that I wrote for my dad, I was driving and the whole chorus just popped in my head. And so then I like sang it. I was driving, so I couldn't do anything about it. And I just sang it over and over and over and over again in my head. And then it was there. And then probably a couple weeks later is when I actually finished the song. But I have notebooks, like my most recent song that I wrote, which we'll talk about that because that's some manifesting. Right? Yes, absolutely. Okay, cool. That's some manifesting shit right there.
Yeah, I like that shit.
Oh,
that's
can't
the
wait
religion
to talk
in
about
the writing.
that. Yeah. So sometimes, I'll find notebooks that I sometimes it's just the closest thing to me. There's a notepad, that has the song, something on it. Or there has been times where I'll be playing it and it'll happen. It'll be happening really quickly. So I'll just take my phone and set it there and record the whole thing. And then, which is actually, it turns out being really cool. Because I got to see like where it started and then like how I perform it now. Yeah. And so it kind of just depends on where I am when it happens. And it never, but I'll tell you, it never happens when I'm like, okay, I'm going to write a song. And then I sit down. It never happens like that.
Okay.
Never. It's weird.
Do you think that has to, cause I've been way overthinking writing.
Yeah.
And I've come to realize that there's a couple things that I can do to enhance that mechanics in my brain to happen, to start really firing. And one of them is doing something monotonous, like sweeping the floor, doing the dishes, driving a car, where my monkey mind is distracted into something. Even having a toothpick, a sharp object in my mouth. Right. I'm focused on that toothpick just enough to where my brain is a little bit easier thinking and flowing. Right. Like, honestly, I did the toothpick thing for 10 years. I'd love to have one in my mouth now. I'd probably think a lot clearer. Like that. Right. But sometimes that helps with writing. And you said you were driving. Yep. It takes your brain motor skills to drive a car 60 miles an hour on a road. Yeah. Right? So your brain's distracted. Your feet are distracted. Your brain's a little bit more free to think. Right. Yeah. Am I off here? No, that's how you write. You write when you're doing cyclical, monotonous tasks. I wrote a song while I was sitting outside on my porch one morning, drinking a cup of coffee, smoking a cigarette, and I remember looking at the mountains and I was like, this is so pretty. Holy shit, there's a whole song. And it just happened. Like, there's really no thought process sometimes, that it just kind of just happens. And it's crazy. And you take those thoughts and you go find your beautiful, like, my God, it's glorious. I love her so much. Look at that guitar. She's an angel with wings. What's her name? Baby. We got a name. We got a name to an instrument. I've been looking for a name for weeks. I didn't know what to name her for years. For years. And I was like, this is my baby. This is my baby. And then finally I was like, duh, there it is. Yeah. So it is religious. Yeah. For you. Right. That's your baby. Oh, that is my baby. What's the story behind that weapon of mass production over there? It is such a beautiful story. Tell me that story right now. Okay. So I was in Cave Junction at the Illinois River Forks. Okay. And I was 16. And I was with my sister Mary, and we just sat out. We were just sitting out there, and I got the guitar that I had. It was just this little junker that my dad just let me use, and I sat there, and this guy came up, and he asked if he could sit down with us and listen, and I was like, yeah, sure. I had never met him before. His name's Ben Campbell. Okay. And he like sat and listened, and then we had to go, and so he's like, hey, I really loved what you did, and I can't play the guitar anymore. My hands hurt too bad. But I have this guitar at home that if you want it, you can have it. And really? I'm like, whoa, man, thanks. And I didn't, we didn't get any contact information or anything. That is a funny thought. Like, when he showed you that guitar, you'd be like, thanks, man, but kind of not really into red. I know. You got it in blue. Yeah. And so like, I remember seeing him another time. He was playing somewhere else, because he's an unbelievable musician that is now, he's my family. Like, he changed my whole life. He's a mentor. Yes, absolutely. He's a musical mentor for you. Yes. I actually spoke with him today. Hi, Ben. What's up, Ben? Hi, Ben. How's it going? So then I remember performing, there was this festival at Lake Selmac called the Shining Stars Festival. And it had to have been like 2 months after this encounter with him. And wait. Shining Star Festival. Shining Stars Festival. Lake Selmac. That's in Southern Oregon, right? It's right in Selma. And when was this? This was, so I was 16. Oh my God. Were you there? Let's just verify this date. Okay. When was that? You were 16, 20. 2004.
Yeah. Were you there, man?
I played a show outdoors with my first rap group, Genus Pro, called the Shining Star Festival in Southern Oregon. And I've always wondered where the hell that was because it was so long ago.
Was it by a lake?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Weird.
Super weird.
Maybe that was the same
because that was the
one.
only year that they had it at the lake.
I have I keep the lapels for all of my shows.
No shit.
Or what are those called? The lanyards? What are the lanyards? Yeah, the lanyards. The
we
little
gotta
square.
figure this out.
And it has little stars on it. It says Shining Star.
Holy shit, man.
So yo, we're like festy homies.
Yeah.
Okay.
We tried.
Yeah.
I have tiny T-Rex arms. But yeah. So
You definitely have a bartender sense of humor.
oh yeah.
But go on.
8 years. That'll
So
do it.
Shining Star Festival.
Shining Stars Festival. And I performed. I like started getting all my stuff off stage, and somebody came over and they're like, "Your guitar's over here." And I'm like, "Nope, I already put it away." No, Ben came and dropped it off, and I was like, "Oh, cool." It was in the case, same case that I have and everything. And I remember taking it out into the field back behind the stage, and I like set it down, and I'm thinking somebody's just gonna give me this guitar, this girl that he had never even known before.
Yeah.
You know, probably needs a little bit of work. Probably did this. I open it up, and it's that thing.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's a Washburn, and it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. The way they
And-
mirrored the wood on the front panel, it's like that's like expert wood craftsmanship.
Yeah. Changed my life, man.
That's the kind
I've
of
written 98% of my songs that I've ever written on that guitar
since you were 16.
since I was 16.
So your entire journey,
Yep.
besides the original starter guitar Pops bought you, is this
That one,
glorious baby beast.
Baby Beast.
I like her.
I like her too so much. I'm actually, one of my next tattoos, I'm going to get the Washburn logo and then her ID number underneath it.
You should get paid for that.
I should.
You should be like, Washburn, I'm going to tattoo my name.
Yeah.
Throw down some ducats.
Do it.
Because I rock your stuff. Like,
Right.
your story is this could sell Washburn guitars all day. I was
just
given this glorious guitar at a festival.
look at it.
If I open that case and somebody's like, hey, yeah, I set you a microphone inside for you to use. And I'd be like, oh, really? Cool. That's like me opening a case and seeing a Beta 87A handheld condenser Shure microphone.
It's
or perhaps an
unbelievable,
Audix
man.
Ohm 8. Who knows?
Yeah.
But that's,
I know. I cried real hard.
Did you cry
hard.
when you got that guitar?
Oh, hard. I remember like sitting on my knees and open it up. And I remember explaining it as an angels flew out, and I just sat on the ground and just cried for so long. And then for the rest of my life, I get super drunk and tell Ben, you're so amazing. I love you so much.
There's your guitar. We have it on the screen.
Yes. She's dirty.
She's a little shy. She hides behind plants, but she's a good guitar.
Yes, she is.
She's a good ship.
She sounds so good.
Yeah, I heard you warming up.
She sounds
I'm really excited to have you. You're our first in studio session on the couch. I can't wait.
I'm so excited.
And you got pipes.
Thanks.
You got
Thank you
pipes. Like a water building. You were. Well, does a water building not have pipes?
Like a water building.
You know, like where the city's water supply, main water center.
Yeah. Oh, a water center.
Like I said, we're not
okay.
clicking
Got
right
you.
now
All
too
right.
hard. But the the service industry is a bitch.
Yep. Super fun, but it's a bitch.
It's fun. It's rewarding. The
Yeah.
vampirical existence can be gruesome and
Yes.
horrifying.
Absolutely.
And it's sort of
I know that all too well.
a rut. You get
Absolutely.
caught in, but the tips are good,
Which keeps you there.
which keeps you there. The social aspect,
Right.
fantastic. The networking opportunities, fantastic.
Right.
Supporting 3 children,
Yep.
fantastic.
Yes.
Learning a skill, awesome.
Yeah, it's the closest thing that I have ever found to the feeling that I get when I'm behind a microphone
Yes.
on stage.
Yes.
Because being a bartender, it's all a show.
It is.
It's all a show. I mean,
is.
obviously you don't have to fake it, but it's all a show. Like,
Are you like on some Tom Cruise cocktail movie type shit? Or are you just like, you know?
no, it's you mean like, am I,
Can you flip the bottles and?
oh, fuck. No, man. Are you, I can
You
really
remember that
hold it
movie
without dropping
Cocktail?
this.
You've seen the Cocktail.
I've never,
What?
Oh my God. You're a bartender who's never seen Cocktail?
I know. I've seen, you know what? Me and my fiance do this every time. He always is like, hey, like this, you like this. And I'm like, have not seen any of them. But I will say I was raised super Catholic. So a lot of things I didn't get to see. Yeah. And like a lot of the music I don't even know a lot of music because
totally
I was
understandable.
So, and then I just didn't give a shit after.
But you need to see, you need to go watch.
Okay.
It's a little Tom Cruise-y.
Okay. That's the thing.
But it's prime Tom Cruise-y.
Okay.
So it's not too Tom Cruise-y.
All right.
Still the same haircut as every other movie he has. Same Tom Cruise. But it is a complete Cinderella story for bartenders.
Okay.
You got to see it.
All right.
And it's accompanied by the hit single by the Beach Boys, Aruba, Jamaica.
Ooh. Me and my best friends love that song.
Well, that song was made popular from the movie Cocktail. It is the title track.
Wow. I bet you... So I have a group of best friends that we were called the Pigs Club when
Can you throw Cocktail up on the screen? Let's just be real. She's got to see this movie. We'll get it up there in a second.
Yeah, they're probably
So look, this is the movie Cocktail.
Okay.
You don't understand, and you will soon after you watch it. But this is a movie all about bartenders flipping bottles, popping bottles, flipping bottles. The lifestyle of a bartender in I don't remember what city. I'm thinking it's Miami, but it is the most iconic bartending movie I've ever seen. Besides the one movie about the ladies who sing on the Coyote Ugly. Coyote Ugly would be the other.
I've seen that one. Okay,
I
have seen that one.
So this movie is a must for you.
Okay, I'll check that out.
You have to see it. It's sort of your 90. When did that come out? 90 something. Yeah, 90 something.
So, well, it celebrates 25 years, but I don't know when that could have been.
Don't know.
27 years ago.
It might be 80 what? 88. So when you were born, this movie came out.
Okay.
That's you. So
that's me. Hey.
The service industry.
Yes.
Bartending, networking.
Yep.
Do bands ever play at the bar you worked at?
Yes,
or any of the
both of the so I worked as a bartender at McGrew's, and I worked as a bartender at the Sound Lounge, which now I'm actually back at the Sound Lounge, which is just right over here.
Yeah, so you see music all the time.
All the time. Yeah, which now we're a restaurant now. So now, which that's actually I left being a bartender.
Yeah.
For a few reasons. You know, my kids are getting older and coming home at 6 a.m. is just not conducive, and comes along with a lot of habits and things that I had to just get out of.
Yeah.
But I love the Sound Lounge so much. And then I love the people. Dana and Jay are amazing. And then my coworkers are amazing. And so I'm finally back there, but now we're a restaurant. Now I'm a server. And so now it's the same thing, but better for me,
I will say Sound Lounge, it's a nice little venue.
So good.
We got some nice little venues in Grants Pass going on here. I'm new to here. I'm relatively new.
Yeah.
But with the hall
is great.
The Sound Lounge, the Rogue Theater if it opens.
Yes.
And now we have the Hive.
Right.
Which is awesome.
That is amazing.
It's pretty cool.
That's super cool.
And it's cool to see these types of things happening around here.
Right.
And I will say I had lunch at the Sound Lounge, and I had a delicious sandwich.
Nice.
I had a very nice sandwich, panini style sandwich.
Which one? Was it the Lady Gaga?
It's the veggie one.
It was the Gaga?
Was the veggie one?
Oh.
I had a veggie sandwich.
The Moby.
I had the Moby.
You had the Moby. That's a good one.
I had the Moby. And then I will say that after one of our live streams, I did have a vegan shepherd's pie.
Yes.
And I will say it wasn't shitty.
That's good.
I will say it was delicious.
That's great. There you go, Dana. There you go, Jay.
So if you're in Grants Pass.
I know that we don't do the vegan shepherd's pie anymore, though.
That's a bad idea.
I know.
What's his name? What's his name?
Jay and Dana. So
Dana.
It's Dana.
Lady.
Dana, yes.
Lady Dana. Princess Dana. Diana. Listen, get that vegan food back on the menu, please. We need that option. It may be a bitch to make, but it's very much appreciated when there isn't anything to eat. And it saved my life once. Imagine how many other lives it could save. So back to this.
Yes.
You work you serve, you're at the Sound Lounge, and you said that what happened with quarantine and serving and being a bartender?
Oh man.
For you.
Well, I had quit being a bartender right before this all happened. January of last year was my last month being a bartender. And then I was at Boys and Girls Club, and I loved before COVID happened, I was working out in Cave Junction, and I was specifically working with teens. And I was bringing my guitar in, and it was so great. It was like, I felt like every day that I left, I felt like this is what I wanted to do. You know, when I walked to my car, I felt rewarded, which was a completely different feeling that I had felt being a bartender. Cause it was always like, you walk away, you're like, did I overserve anybody? No, because I'm a good bartender. But did they go drink anywhere else? Did they cheat on their wife? There's all these different things. Did everybody make it home safe? Like
maybe yes, maybe
right,
yes.
Yeah. So there's all these different things that I felt leaving being a bartender. And then I was feeling this amazing, rewarding feeling leaving every day working with boys at Boys and Girls Club. Yeah. And then COVID happened, and then I ended up coming and working over here, and
where is it?
Working right over here is the Boys and Girls Club area.
Oh,
yeah. And it's amazing. The people that work there are so, is it over that way? I don't know where we're at.
That's south.
Okay. Still.
No, that's north.
Cool.
Like
yeah.
both.
Okay.
This is south. This is north.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. So I don't know, buddy.
That was fun. I loved it. But with COVID, it was really, really difficult once COVID hit, and like working with the kids, and we were no longer this I didn't feel like the kids felt like we were this like safe haven anymore. Like I felt, which isn't the reason why I left. I left for totally other reasons. My kids couldn't go to school, and I couldn't work and do homeschool with, so that's inevitably why I left. But, I know like the hardest thing that I had to see, or that I saw all the time in every different age group. Cause we had to be like groups of 10 that were separated, could never talk to these kids over here. It was so crazy. And I think that the hardest part for me to watch was, I feel like us as a society right now, or before this rather, I felt like we were finally addressing bullying, and like the bullies were feeling not as cool anymore. Okay. And the kids that were being bullied felt a little bit cooler because the bullies weren't cool anymore. I felt like that's how, like, at least that's what I experienced before COVID happened in schools,
Wow.
And then watching these kids with COVID, it was like, it made it so much easier for them to be like, ew, gross, 6 feet, stay away. Or like you'd see a couple of friends get a little bit closer than they should. Yeah. And then one kid will come over and try to hang out, and they're like, ew, gross, germs. Oh, so then we ended up, cause we can't tell them, we can't say, don't say that, cause it's true, there is this thing going on that, yes, we do. And so then it's even still, so then we'd make sure that this group got separated, and that kid's still the asshole cause he made everybody, it just, and then like a kid would like accidentally bump into another kid, and it was like, ew, gross, germs, and it just, wow. It was really intense. It was really hard to watch. And, it was crazy.
You had to homeschool your kids?
Yes, I did.
You obviously had an advantage being homeschooled till your 9th grade. Like you had a perspective about it.
I wish, man. I wish, but it was so different because when I was homeschooled, my mom just had books for us, and we just did everything on books. It wasn't like that. We had to have Chromebooks. We had to have laptops that for each one of my kids that had this, my daughter's in 7th grade, Trenton's in 6th grade, Damien's in 4th grade. So we had all of these different grades, and I had to just kind of figure out a way to, it's not like you can just read it from a book. And so we tried, instead of at first we were doing what was called TVOS, and which I thought was going to be perfectly geared for us, which it was a great setup of a program. It really was. It was very straightforward. It showed you exactly what you needed to get done to be able to. TVOS, yeah.
Okay.
And something, I think it was Three Rivers Virtual Online Schooling is what I think it stood for. But it didn't have anything to do with their school. It was completely, all of the lessons were all recorded. So it was a great setup. But what I found was it was so easy to get behind and then impossible to get caught up, because they like, the kids here didn't have school on Fridays, because that's how the Cave Junction has, they're only 4 days a week now.
Right.
So they would add stuff on all weekend long. And so then you'd come back to school you could sit down at your computer on Monday and you're 20 things behind. and then you had to do everything. It was just, it was a nice setup as long as you were completely on it. And
you had to have Wi-Fi. And some of the kids don't have Wi-Fi.
Which we didn't
Trevor,
have Wi-Fi
can you look up
our
military spending budget and put that on the screen? So you have to have Wi-Fi, Chromebooks.
Yes.
You have to follow some generic form of education, and you're trying to maintain that and administer. You sort of become like a administrator,
right,
of robots.
Yeah,
teaching your kids.
Yeah,
right.
It was so fun.
Was it fun?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No, because it was so frustrating. And the kids, like my daughter, she has always been a straight A student, always. And she's been, she's gotten scholarships to go to these summer camps because her grades were so good. And with this, she fell behind. And
that's weird.
And it was like, because the fires happened, so we started a week late already. Because
the fires were
crazy. Yeah.
And you had one big one out there.
Yep.
You live out there?
Yep.
Okay, so you had the Camp Creek. Which camp?
There was the Slater fire that was coming up behind Cave Junction.
Right.
And there was that one, and then that was the biggest one, because we were like, this could take out our whole town, just like the California one. It was it could have been
terrifying.
So much worse.
Terrifying.
Oh yeah. So much worse.
We were in Applegate, and we were on go right? One, or we had all our stuff packed.
Yeah.
I'm just a kid from Eugene.
Right.
I'm not used to this shit.
Right.
I've had 3 of my 4 summers have been just clouds of smoke for like 100 days.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, this is not living.
Right. And I can't tell you how many summers that we've had without it, just living here. Because
you can't? Was it always been this forest fiery?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Your entire life?
There has been, well, maybe not my entire life. I don't remember this happening when I was a kid, but I remember there was one, it was like that whole Illinois River down there in Selma, that whole area was burned. Like that was all on fire. And that's 3 miles from my house. So that $8, man, what was that?
$8 mountain. No, I know it's. Yeah. I know I know it's terrible to say, but I know.
Biscuit fire. I almost said buckle fire, but that's not it.
I'm not sure if it was the biscuit fire or not, but I know how it started.
Yeah.
And it sucks that I know how it started.
Oh, did you do it?
No. Someone I know was camping next to the kid that did it. And it was a outdoor program for youth that were having a hard time, and they sent him out into the woods. I can't believe, by the Chetco.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one that it was like 300,000 acres, and a disgruntled youth did it. Well,
was that a firework or something?
No, it was in a program called the Catherine Freer outdoor program for kids. They'd take these kids that are like having a hard time, and they'd take them outdoors. They teach them how to survive, skills like that. And one of the kids started it with his fire. So here we have federal discretionary spending, military, $730 billion. I wonder how much it would cost to give kids Wi-Fi.
Right.
Just thoughts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just a small sliver of that giant blue chunk.
Right.
Trevor says I need to have opinions more. My opinion is that spending 3% on science and 53%,
Yeah.
730 billion, that's almost $1 trillion. And our kids can't get Wi-Fi.
Right.
And our parents have to pay $200 a month for Wi-Fi in some cities.
Right.
That's bullshit.
Right. I mean, granted, I think this time they did have,
Thanks, Trev.
they did have like hotspots that they were handing out.
That's
but
bullshit.
Then that
That's
wouldn't work
stupid.
either. That didn't work either.
No, you're streaming. You know how much hotspot you need to have?
Yeah.
I mean, we got forest fires and shit, but it's not that hot.
Right.
You need to have like fiber optic cable for these kids to keep up.
Yeah. It was really intense. And then they fell behind, and it got to the point where I eventually was just like, let's scrap this year. You know, I don't want to, they were just feeling way too much pressure. So then I took them from the TVOS program and put them, because it was looking like we were going to be able to go to on-site learning. And so we put them on the online schooling to get them geared up for being in school.
Okay.
And I swear, the second we got, it was like all this shit was just in their way, like one thing right after another. And then the second we finally get them enrolled in this online school, the Wi-Fi goes out 2 weeks at a time. Nobody had Wi-Fi in Cave Junction for like weeks.
And that you're supposed to be in school?
Yeah.
This
And they were expecting us to, so like...
I'm getting really angry right now. I don't know about you. I'm feeling uncomfortable, and I don't like hearing about kids getting screwed out of a experience of just... It's really hard, you know, and for a musician, mother of three, to like, big ups to you for being the rock. I'm sure you have been. That's tough. That's nobody...
It's hard.
I mean, nobody taught you that in school.
Right.
Ironically. Nobody taught you in school how to teach your kids.
Right.
Because there's no school in the future.
Yeah.
Do you ever want to scrap all that shit and just be like, all right, I'm going to teach you how to cook.
Yes.
I'm going to teach you how to balance your checkbook.
Yes.
I'm going to teach you how to, you figure out something on YouTube to figure out. You learn how to code. Yep. You learn a life skill. You figure out how to run a camera. I mean, I don't have kids yet. Hope to someday. But I probably would be doing that at this point.
Right.
I'd be like,
I've done, there's definitely been some things that I've just kind of taken in my own hands and been like, okay, well, we're doing this today here, you know?
Like I went to the dentist with my Oregon healthcare plan, and I walked in, got a checkup, walked out, never going back to that spot again. I'm going to take my teeth into my own hands. Right. Because that's not sufficient enough to get what I need done. Right. Is that how you saw the school?
Yeah,
sort of?
Absolutely.
Plus
at
being
the time,
a homeschooled person.
Right.
All the way up to high school. That's a lot.
Right. I mean, I'm not very book smart. You know, I'm not very, okay. You know, I wouldn't say that I learned a whole lot, especially like a lot of my learning a lot of the education that I had was very religion based growing up because my mom was my teacher, you know, she loves Jesus more than she loves me. So
God bless. My mom's Catholic. She was Catholic.
Yeah. So I don't know how much, you know, and then, I mean, there was like 1 year right before going to freshman year where I went to this private Catholic. There was 4 of us. It was homeschool, but it just wasn't at my house. But, and I remember straight up looking at that guy and saying, I don't need math. I'm going to be a singer. I don't need this. Like, I remember being that kid and just because I fucking hated it so much because it just...
You know, there's a reason they call it book smarts.
Right.
Because there's all types of smarts.
Right.
You could have social smarts.
Street smarts.
Empathy smarts.
Right.
Children's smarts, playing an instrument that was sent to your planet and you don't know how to play it smarts. There's all types of smarts.
Right, yeah.
I always think it's funny when like, that dude's a genius. I'm like, yeah, but he couldn't last 10 seconds in a conversation with somebody. He's not a genius.
Exactly.
If he was a genius, he'd be able to hang in that conversation.
Yep.
He's just really smart at that.
Right. Yeah.
I hate that. It's like, I don't, Just because you can't retain reading stuff you read doesn't mean you're not smart.
Right. All
right.
Okay.
You make sure you tell your kids that. You guys listen at home.
We're smart.
All three of you, Trenton, especially you. You listen to this. Don't ever let anybody say you're not. That's bullshit.
Yep.
When you bartend, I'm gonna pull it back.
Okay.
When you bartend, we were talking about the writing style and method. Mm-hmm. You ever get a sweet lyric from a super drunk person at the bar and then throw it in the song?
I wouldn't say
or concept.
I wouldn't say a lyric, but yes. Which I never finished the song, so it's in there somewhere. But I had this whole concept of doing a show at a bar and being, because I like, it was just like, hey, how you doing? Want to have a good night? And it's like this whole like, if your colors are true, then you can come too. We're gonna have the night of our lives. Like it was based around performing at a bar and going and taking shots and then maybe going to an after party afterwards. And so yes, but not specifically a lyric.
Include a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it seems like you take pieces of your life and then since you live your music and you it's sort of like your religion, you know, and then you're using children's thoughts and your thoughts mixed together with random bar patrons' thoughts and like trying to spew wisdom out, right?
Right.
And put out wisdom. Do you seek wisdom from in any other way? Do you read books? Are you trying to study? Are you hunting any new conquests right now? At all? Like
I want to. I've like, because of COVID and everything, I haven't been able to really focus on music very much, and I guess nothing really. Well, I do want to do a different type of album, like I have to record my own first. That's like in my head, but I do get excited about the concept of taking beats that somebody made and singing to that and setting the guitar down for a little bit, because when I know we touched on
you've had that experience.
Yes, I was in a hip hop group for a little bit,
like a Fugees type thing,
right? Where
you were the singer and they had beats and you performed. You opened for Bone.
Yes, I did.
We're not going to talk about those dudes.
No, we're not.
But we are going to talk about the fact that you were singing over hip hop beats.
So that
and you loved it.
I loved it. I loved it. We did come up with amazing music. We really did. And it was really fun. And it was a different side of myself than, I like to karaoke, but it was a different side of me that I could hold a microphone and I could dance and I could, move around and get down, in the audience with everybody and sing while I was down there. Like it was a different
liberation.
Exactly. And it was different than just sitting behind my guitar. And, which I love, which I'm most comfortable at, but
it's like the drummer in the hip hop beat is never gonna fuck up.
Right.
It's a glorified metronome.
Yes.
With dainty sounds that enhance the.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So, but it's always there. It never fails. You can do whatever you want.
Yep.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's fun. It was. So I would love to try that again. I could see you singing a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Like I could see you singing on anybody. After this, like maybe somebody will hear this and be like, if you're willing, why don't you look in this camera right now and say, I am willing to sing on not just guitars, but if anybody's got any beats out there, just go ahead, give me a shout out, just let people know.
Oh, I'm definitely willing to be able to embark on that journey for sure.
She's not scared.
Not scared.
And there's a camera on me right here. You will see. And when you hear her singing a bit, you will see. All you producers out there, I know you're going to want to get some of this Dawna on it. To the break of Dawna. Okay. What are you listening to? What are you listening to right now?
Oh, man.
You said, who did you say?
John Bellion.
Bellion. John Bellion.
Huge fan.
I have no idea who
You have no idea?
Can we pull him up on the big flat
Oh,
screen?
man, do it.
John Bellion.
John Bellion, yes. Jonbellion. Huge fan.
Okay. You recommend him to others?
Absolutely.
What style?
All others.
What style of music?
He does a lot with a beat pad. He's an amazing songwriter. He's got that song I'm sure you've heard it, the All Time Low on the radio. Nope.
I don't even listen to the radio.
Okay. I don't either, but it was popular for a little bit.
I haven't even got radio service where I live. There's like Bondin's radio station. Big up Bondin.
Oh, Bondin.
But that's all I get is that pirate
Bondin.
radio station. I love it. I wish they'd turn off the iPad though. Or no, it's like a iPod on shuffle basically. So this is John Bellion. Is that his house?
Under the Sea.
Oh, he's a straight up.
That's
okay.
John Bellion.
Okay.
He does. I think one of my favorite things about John Bellion is he does like live takes. Like he does one take things, and he's famous for being, at least to me, he's famous to me for being like at the end of this take being like, that's the one, there it is, that's the one. And he does so much cool shit.
Where's he from?
New York.
Huh?
Brant?
Yeah. Oh, Brant? Okay. We have 4 degrees of separation between you and John Bellion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Maybe he needs a hook, some lyrics on a hook.
Bring it.
That would make your 2021.
I would literally freak out.
Does he do all the art?
Yes, I believe so.
What a talented gentleman.
He is unbelievably talented. Unbelievable. And he's like he's like a role model that Trenton is just so into him. I want to walk down the aisle to one of his songs.
Really?
Like, oh yeah. The
With your
song's
fiance?
called, yes.
Who's your fiance?
Thomas. My last name is about to be Comfort, guys.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Comfort. Thomas Comfort is my fiance. And he is so amazing. He's big and tall and thick, and yeah, he's so good. He's 6 years younger than me.
Does he snore?
Yep. Just like me.
Okay.
But he's probably worse. He's not as fun as me when I wake up.
He's a good guy.
He's so good.
He makes you happy.
Oh my God.
That's all that matters.
No idea.
Good job, man.
I love you, babe.
When you came up, she got real bubbly and bright. That's
every
love.
time.
She
Every
loves you.
time. We haven't been together for super long. We've been together for 6 months. He proposed to me on Christmas Eve, blindfolded me, and drove me to my dad's grave.
What?
There's the two of us, and yeah, I'm
That's
tearing
sort
up
of
even thinking
terrifying.
about it. Oh no, I love it.
He drove you to a graveyard blindfolded?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know he was taking me to the
No,
graveyard.
but I think that's
yes.
romantic now that I think about it. Did he
Yes.
go there to ask your dad for permission?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me want to cry for a second.
Yeah. No, man. He took me
Wow.
there, and he
Nice job, man.
took
That's
me
good.
there and stood behind me, and he said, "I wanted your dad to be the first one to know." And when I turned around, he had this little fancy thing.
Put it away. I can't. It's too bright and shiny.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
He rides a Harley, and just the other day he was telling me that he went. I cried so hard. He went when he's riding his Harley around, and on good days he drives around because my dad's buried in Selma, and he just goes. Never got to meet my dad. He told me he went and couple times now. He's gone smoked a joint next to my dad. Like,
Really?
Yeah, just to go.
He sounds like a good man.
He's so good, and the kids love him so much.
Yeah, that's
so much.
That's important.
I'll talk more about him when I tell the story about the song that I wrote, because
Okay.
I wrote a song and I realized that I could manifest some things, and
Is he trying to get you on your own little Harley?
yeah, well, he wants me to get a Grom. It's just basically like a little bike, a little motorcycle. Mom, don't listen.
I have no idea what a Grom is.
Grom
and if
is-
there was only some way we could somehow suddenly see a picture of a Grom, that would be fantastic.
Right? I know. Yeah, and I haven't even been on his bike yet. It's which I'm it'll happen.
Because that's what guys who have Harleys do.
There it is.
They get their boo.
Right. Yeah.
They get their boo a little cycle.
Right.
And he wants you to get one of these.
Yeah. Yep.
That looks like a off-road bike almost. Is that a street bike?
I think he's more so talking about like
he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, he definitely knows more than I do.
He knows what's up. But look at that little thing.
I know, it's tiny. See? Like that. Like that.
Little zipper.
Yeah.
Little 1000cc Grom bike.
My mom hates this conversation right now.
Why does she hate it?
Oh gosh. She hates that he has a motorcycle. She just
What's your mom's name?
Cindy.
Cindy.
Yeah.
Hey Cindy.
Motorcycles are fun.
You got a good one right here. You did real well.
Love you, Mom.
Cheers. I'm not gonna try and talk you out of a Grom.
Okay.
It looks fun.
It does, right?
And quite honestly, having been down here for so long, I could see myself just flying around these country roads. It's beautiful out here.
Yeah.
When there's no fire smoke.
Yep.
In the spring.
Yeah.
Bubbling.
Early summer.
Yeah,
Early summer.
June.
July.
Don't say anything. We don't want everybody's coming here. We don't want to give away the secret.
Yep. Yeah.
The absolute heaping glory of the spring here is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And early summer.
Oh man.
Like hands down.
Beautiful.
Best I've seen in Oregon.
Unbelievable.
I used to think that Eugene was like the bomb, and it really is in summer. Like a cool, air conditioned, 90.
Right.
And you're living in a rainforest, and you got like the coast, and I was like, there's nothing better than this. And then I experienced spring here, and I was like, oh. Plus, I don't mind vitamin D. Kind of helps.
Yeah.
It's nice, but love it here. And what was his name one more time?
My fiance.
Yeah.
Thomas Comfort.
That's right. That's my brother's name.
Thomas?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a good name.
It's a great name.
It's classy.
Super class.
Thomas.
All the class. Thomas.
If it sounds good when an English person says it.
Thomas.
My name's Thomas. You ever notice that people's middle names sounds really like royal?
Yeah.
What's your middle name?
Marie.
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 It's like very
Dawna Marie.
classic.
Yes.
Trevor, what's your middle name?
Alan?
That's sort of.
That's my dad's name.
Joe.
That's my dad's name.
Oh, nice.
Benjamin. It's Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Meet Marie. My name's James. Like, we all have different. I've noticed that middle name people is always a classy, like Edna.
Right.
It's maybe because you want to honor the, the elders with a name.
Right.
Reuse, but you don't want it to be the main name, so you're like, because you're kind of in love with this one name, so you throw them just to like make them feel good. You throw that middle name in there of like.
My brother David's middle name is Francis.
Hey, Francis.
David Francis, and I call him Francis.
You know what I
All the
mean?
time.
It's funny. Middle names are a trip,
Right?
It's almost like, hey, if you don't like your name, just use your middle name.
Yeah.
It's like a pass out of your name by your parents.
Right. And unless you get like 6 of them, and then you can just choose really whichever one. Like Trenton's is Trenton Riley James.
Trenton Riley.
Yeah,
See? Riley. It's not like a
Riley.
normal.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have a guilty pleasure music besides karaoke?
Oh man. Guilty pleasure.
Musically.
Taylor Swift.
Okay.
But she's also she's an amazing writer, and so that's another.
Do you think she's an amazing writer?
Yes, I do.
You don't think she's sort of overhyped at all?
Oh yes, but if from the beginning, if you looked at her from strictly of just who she before she was ever anything, she was writing for other people like Tim McGraw.
Yeah,
and she was doing things before she was ever a face of anything, and I feel like she's ran out of things to sing about.
Yeah.
I mean, she could keep having boyfriends and still write about them, but I feel like she's ran out of things to sing about. So in the beginning, especially for my age, of her age, when she came out, and it was relatable as a teenage girl, but I haven't really.
Who am I to say that somebody's perspective makes somebody else's perspective better? To be honest with you.
Right.
I can't say, she's garbage.
Right.
I just want to know, is she really good?
Because
I don't listen to that
Right.
lady?
I think she's really good at being able to write to her audience.
There you go.
That's what I think.
What's your audience?
You know, it's crazy because I would say that my audience is single moms, you know.
Bam!
Like that's
Yeah.
But I can't tell you how many of my shows that I've been to or that I've been at, and like my song This Is Me, it's literally about me, colorful, dye my hair, wear fishnets, all this stuff. And I've watched guys. I went to Salem at this festival. Nobody knew who I was. I watched this one guy come up, and by the end of my song, he was standing in front of the stage, singing every single word next to his wife. And it was so funny. And I love it when anybody relates to my music and it helps and it touches them in any way and affects them in any way. But there is something to be said. Oh, that's me. Hey, there's Thomas.
There he is.
Yeah. So there's something to be said where like I was playing at the Sound Lounge one night and there was this group of like 6 guys all huddled around the pool table, and they're all loud and playing, and just me with my guitar comes out singing this chick music.
Yeah.
And one by one, I watched these guys put their pool sticks down and come and sit directly in front of the stage. Every single one of these dudes came and like completely loved my music. And like when guys can relate to it, to me, that means they are listening. They're really listening.
Yeah. It seems like you know what who your audience is for females.
Right.
But it seems like you're still studying your male audience.
Yes.
Because for me, not to make this about me,
right,
but there's something that kind of goes along the same parallel for my life.
Right.
When I was single, my audience was different at shows. Right? I was man meat.
Oh, yeah.
When I was with my lady on stage. Now, like, that's my woman.
Right.
We're together.
Right.
Now, do you like it?
Right.
The audience changed a little.
Right.
And there's different stages of your audience as you grow and evolve.
Absolutely.
You know, so in this current evolution of you, maybe it's just begun.
Yeah.
You might be that. Your audience might be that, like, that super cool girl that every guy kind of wants to ride a Harley with. And that might be your audience that's starting to emerge as you evolve into this person you are now.
Yeah.
It's really weird and trippy.
That is trippy.
It's really weird.
I've never really thought about that.
Yeah.
And you know, I have never thought about it. I've never noticed a difference between like single Dawna and in a relationship Dawna. And like, I mean, obviously I get hit on less when I'm in a relationship, but like when it comes to like the reaction, but I probably wasn't paying attention. Like, you know,
you focused on your performance.
Right. Yeah. And you know, what really it comes down to is the people that stay and that they listen and then they come up to me afterwards and say, you made my whole night. Or like, you know, thank you. Like that meant he's like, I've had guys be like, I know that it's about your life as a woman, but I related to every single word that you said. Yeah. Like, so yeah, I've never really noticed a difference.
That's cool though. Maybe the human experience, you're speaking to the human experience. That's important, right? Like, it's quite crazy. Honestly, if that's happening, then you're speaking to the human experience. Right. Not just female, male, you're non-gender binary. Right. Like it doesn't matter. Right. It's just humans. Right. You make human music.
Yep. I love it.
Which is amazing. You seem like a realistic dreamer. I wanted to ask you if you're more of a dreamer or a realist, but you kind of seem like a realistic dreamer.
Yeah, absolutely. As of course, growing up as a kid, all I wanted to do was be on the radio and be on TV. You know, that's what I wanted to do. But as I grew up, and especially with like seeing the way that the media is and like what it actually is to be famous and all that, I I've grown to the dream that I just want to do these intimate, I want to do intimate shows, you know, like I don't necessarily need some sold out thousands of people, you know, I enjoy that, the aspect of having like small intimate shows.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I don't like to shoot for things that I don't know that I can attain, I guess. So yeah, I would say that I'm a realistic dreamer.
A realistic dreamer.
Yeah.
I like it.
Me too.
Thank you. Now let's go back to that page you pulled up, because that sparked a question there, Trev, for Instagram.
Was that my website?
This is your Instagram. It's what did you, Dawna? What it?
Dawna Crocker.
No, what's your Instagram? You know how it's always different. It's Dawna Crocker, like 1, 2,
1023.
1023.
1023.
At Dawna Crocker 1023. Now, first thing off, I notice is color. I'm like,
a little bit.
Yo, she loves color.
Yep.
What is? Let's talk about color for a second. Is purple your color, or is blue, or what's going on?
It's everything.
You love
it's
color.
Everything. I love it. I love color.
You love color. Look at your lipstick. You're purpling out.
I know. I was actually.
Look at the rainbow hair.
Look at that rainbow hair. My friend Amanda did that. I always get my hair dyed for my birthday, and which is next month. But this next month, I'm not getting my hair dyed because I want to get married next year, and I want my hair to grow, so no more bleaching it. But yeah, so normally I do some crazy colorful shit.
Yeah,
and I guess, like I was saying to you earlier, like I've always lived by, if I know, I've always been very trusting up front. Like you don't, at first you don't need to earn my trust. You have it already.
I mean, clearly you've told me about your personal life. I don't even know you.
Right. Yeah.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the trust.
Thank you. And so but I've always lived by, eventually I'm going to see those person's true colors.
Yeah.
And, sometimes they're dull, and sometimes they're vibrant, and sometimes they're really hideous, and sometimes they're the prettiest things I've ever seen, you know. And so it's like, but for me, I show my, like, these are my true colors. This is it. Like that's what you get from me is what is
so
what,
funny to see your face. Hey,
I know, like,
and
hey,
we're gonna go there soon.
Ooh, yay! I'm so
sexy?
excited.
Yeah, but first, so on your bucket list,
oh man,
your life bucket list, you've already crossed out the boxes of dye your hair 1,000 times.
Oh yeah,
that's crossed
off
100
times.
Anything else? What's your bucket list look like?
One of my fun bucket list is, and I don't care how crazy this sounds.
It's not crazy.
This is gonna be fun, and I'm gonna do it. I love sushi. I love sashimi. I love everything about it. I want to be on a boat in Alaska.
Bam.
I want to catch a salmon.
A salmon.
And I want to take a bite out of that bitch right off the boat.
Like the Revenant.
I want like wasabi and soy sauce in my pocket and just throw it on there.
You
like,
want to take
like a bear.
A fish from the river, slit its belly, pull out its innards.
Yes.
Not even descale it, just cut the raw flesh and eat it.
Do it.
Because you like sushi. I love sushi too.
And I also love.
Can you give me your top sushi recommendations for Grants Pass?
Yes. Musashi's right here. I'm not even going to say where. It's over there. Musashi's.
Never heard of it.
Oh, man.
How does this place exist?
They're amazing. It's on H Street. It's right the same street as the Sound Lounge. Just up. So the Sound Lounge is right here. It's on the other side of the street, just up a little bit. Oh, yeah. It's the best.
What? So there's G Street. Which
Street's
was the spot 10 years ago.
Right.
Then he went to Blue Tuna Fin, Blue Ahi over there, Ahi?
Yes.
But then he moved to the new spot. Koi, which is where we've been going because he's there.
Right.
But Musashi,
yes.
Musashi.
Yes.
Great
place.
Okay.
They're the only place in town, which I'm not sure if I haven't been there lately, so I don't know if they're still doing it, but if you like oyster shooters.
Okay.
Woo.
I like it. I like oysters.
My favorite.
You like oysters?
Oh man. Okay. I've been known. I'm an outdoor kind of girl. Like
Okay.
I've been known to go to the beach and go camping and go specifically and get raw, fresh oysters and
See,
just
people need to know this.
hammer it
Yeah.
and break it open and make my own cocktail sauce with some little horseradish and some ketchup.
There you go.
And that's me all the time.
Are you a beer or wine lady?
Vodka. I was sober though. I was sober for a year. I do want to say that I was very public with me being sober, very public, and I had a lot of people that came to me and said, "Thank you. You've inspired me. I've had this long, and that year did wonders for me. Like that year, I learned more about myself than I've learned about myself ever, and so I did have that full year of 2019 where I did not drink a drop, and I was being a bartender as well.
Wow.
So that was, and it was so much easier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So much, because I just made the decision. Like, I had an ex that kind of, he like walked out on me, and then you'll hear about him later in the song. And like he walked out and he was like, I need to get sober. And so I was like, okay, then here I go. And then I got sober in the beginning because I wanted to prove to him that I didn't need it in my life.
Yeah.
And then he ended up, even though I stayed sober, he was still like, peace out. And then he was drunk again. And so I was like, I remember it when he told me that it was officially done. And I remember being at work, and I remember being like, I can have liquor now. I can drink now because he doesn't want to be with me anymore. And then I just remember being like, that's not why I need to do this. I'm not doing this for him.
Yeah.
I'm obviously doing this because I need to make some certain changes in my life, and
it's empowering for your self-confidence
it was really empowering.
Push your vices away.
Yes.
It empowers you as a human, builds your confidence. It's very empowering.
Right.
And it helps when some
I wrote a song about
asshole makes you be like, oh yeah, well, I'll prove you wrong.
Right.
Oh, you're so addicted. Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I'll show you.
And a year later, he was drunk as fuck, talking to me when all drunk. And I'm like, yeah, I've been sober for a year now.
What's up with you, buddy?
Hey. Oh,
really?
what's on your nose? Anyways, but yeah, it's vodka, definitely vodka.
Okay. I want to continue asking you things but I just want to I want to get through a couple more questions right here. And then I want to go to that sexy couch over there and let you just sing your heart out.
Okay.
And show us what you got.
All right.
That sound cool?
I'm excited.
So a couple fun ones before we go.
Okay.
The one I like to ask people is, give you this time machine, Geo Metro. You have to drive 3,000 miles to the tip of Florida. But there you get to see any band ever, opener, any bands ever. And you get to choose from anybody who ever played. And it's like an opener, a main supporting act, and a main act. Who would you drive 3,000 miles across the country in a tiny little shitty car just to see play? Because you got to put in some work, because what's the worth without work?
I'm probably going to answer this question and then later on be like, shit.
It's okay. There's no good or right answer to this, because it's all, at all time, anybody. Like, what would be entertaining for you to see? What would just make your life? It'd be the greatest show you've ever seen in your life. Who would you?
I would probably have to say opener would be Cyndi Lauper.
Okay. I like it.
The Judds.
The Judds.
I love the Judds.
All right. Who's the headliner?
The headliner.
In their prime. It's tough, isn't it?
In their prime, Backstreet Boys.
Wow.
Booyah. There it is.
So, Cyndi Lauper, like, good enough for you, it's good.
Yep.
Just because I'm a
Girls,
Goonie
they
fan.
wanna
Yeah.
Yep, that
The
one.
Judds.
Love the Judds.
And then, seriously, In Sync?
Yeah, Backstreet Boys.
In Sync.
Backstreet Boys.
What's the difference?
Oh, there's
Just
a
joking.
difference.
Hey, I'm just joking. And then, okay, a real good one, because we're going to hear you sing, but of all the people on earth, who would you just love to, the song would be awesome, right? Whatever song, but who would you want to sing a duet with?
Celine Dion.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What song would you pick?
Ooh.
You said you sang her earlier.
I did. It's called, it was there and then it was gone. I told Brian this was going to happen.
That's okay. You got a lot on your mind. We could just leave it at a Celine Dion song.
It's a Celine Dion song. I'll think of it. It's going to happen at some point.
Okay.
It's now I can't even think of how the song goes.
It's okay.
That just happened.
You got them all. I mean, you're a karaoke master.
Right.
Why would you got a lot of songs in your brain.
Right.
Those books at karaoke things are like this thick. So many songs.
Instead of Celine Dion, I would love to sing True Colors with Cyndi Lauper. There it is.
Boom.
There it is.
That's awesome.
Boom.
Mike can't drop it because it's on a stand, but
yeah.
Okay.
There it is.
So,
yeah.
All right. Now comes the fun part. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do something for the first time ever. We are going to have the one and only Dawna Crocker sit in studio on our luxurious leather couch, and she's going to sing her music and her songs to you at home, and you get to hear what she's written and composed by herself, self-taught, all her own music, all originals. And we are going to give you a little tour of her sound and her vibe, and I'm going to be right here with you listening. And I'm going to maybe ask you a few questions after or before, or can you hear me okay? Yeah. Okay. What's this first song you're going to sing for us?
I'm going to start with, it's called The Healing. Yes.
Okay.
And I've written a lot of songs about relationships and breakups and, things that I've gone through in my life. But I wrote this song about the one love and one thing that's never failed me and that's never hurt me and that's always been there. And that's my love for music and my love for writing music. I love that. So
I love that.
The song is called The Healing.
All right.
Here I go again, sitting here behind my guitar with a paper and a pen. Healing isn't very far. I feel every cell pulls through me, and I am grasping on to words that put together tell my story and how I feel, and I hope you feel it, and then it grabs you. I hope it makes you smile. I hope it heals you like it heals me. Gotta get this out. I have to get this off of my chest. For me, no doubt, right here's the only safe place to do it. 'Cause with every verse released, it, and then it grabs you. I hope you're singing loud. I hope it heals you like it heals me. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I hope you feel it, and that it grabs you. I hope you're singing loud. I hope it heals you like it heals me. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I like that.
Thanks.
Can you sing me the first lyric?
Sing you the first
Yeah,
lyric.
the first couple lines.
Here I go again,
Yes.
sitting here behind my guitar
Yeah.
with a paper and a pen.
It's real.
Healing isn't very far.
And I hope you feel this, right? Mm-hmm. That is what that you just voiced what every musician wants to say to somebody. I just hope you hear me.
Right.
I just hope you see
feel
me
it,
in this
yeah.
blur of life,
I
right?
hope it makes you smile, and I hope you sing it.
Yes. I like that.
Thank
That's
you.
good.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank
Voice
you.
sounds great.
Thanks.
You feel good?
Yeah.
Need some
absolutely.
water or anything like that?
Oh no, I'm good.
You good? Okay. So that song is that one of your first songs you've written?
No. I think I probably wrote that one in probably 2016. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Love it.
Thank you.
Is that one of your first songs that you play when
Yeah.
you're doing a show?
Yeah, I like to start it off with that one, just to kind of give the audience an idea of like what this actually means to me. You know, like what like this does, like being up and singing this song. It and the songs that I'm about to do. You know, I have a story and I hope you feel it. You know, so
Yeah.
that I always like to start my sets off with that one.
That's great.
Thanks.
So what's next?
Ooh.
Can we get a button that does that sound?
Okay, so I am going to play this, my newest one. I wrote literally, this is the song that I was talking about, that I manifested some things in my life.
Yeah.
And I wrote this, and then literally a month later, I met Thomas. And I decided, the joke was because I was single for like 2 years, and really had a lot of time to like figure myself out. And then I got to this point where I was like, all right, I'm ready. Like here I am, I'm ready. And I made this joke all the time, like, have you seen my husband? Have you seen, well, if you see him, tell him I'm looking for him. Like, you know, like, I mean,
like
that
it.
was my joke. So I decided I want to write a song. I want to write a song to my future husband.
That's a great idea.
Right?
Now you're
And
manifesting. You're welcoming him
Yes.
into your reality. You're manifesting him
Yes.
with your music. That's
And a
come on
month
now.
later, I
Come
met
on
him.
now.
I met him. And then I had actually found the notebook that I wrote the song in, and I wrote it on 8/08, which 8 is my favorite number. So we will be getting married on 8/08 of 22.
That's
so
awesome.
2 years from the day that I wrote this song, manifesting this amazing man that came into my life.
Glorious.
And I'm a mermaid. I'm a total mermaid. And so the song is called A Siren's Call.
Please give it to us.
Oof.
Let's go.
I feel like like it's time that you showed your face. I know you're out there somewhere in this place, and I feel it's time now that I'm grown up and I've learned so much on just how to love. And I swear this time I'll do things right, and you'll be by my side till the day that I die. I'm singing, hey, hey, babe. I call out your name, hey, babe. 'Cause I'm ready for you to take me. Come and find me. I'll be right here singing, hey, hey, babe. Show up and stay, stay, babe. It's about time. Just had to earn it, and boy, I deserve it. After all of this hurt, and I gave my all, but no one was worth it, and no one deserved it, 'cause they were you. So I'm singing, hey, hey, babe. I call out your name, hey, babe. Soul to my soul, holding me in. So I'm singing, hey, hey, babe. I call out your name, hey, babe. 'Cause I'm ready for you to take me. Come and find me. I'll be right here singing, hey, hey, babe. Show up and stay, stay, babe.
That gave me feels. That was awesome.
Thank you.
So did he hear this song?
The night I met him.
The night you met him, he heard that song. Was he like, what'd you write that for?
I met him at a show that I had, and I mean, I had met him previously before in passing, but I remember like, I mean, he's super cute, so I'm like watching him the whole time I was performing, and I think I saw him like stand up and yell or something, and I was like, I'm talking to him later, and so then we talked about this song afterwards, where I was like, this is what the song, like this is what this meant, and I just wrote this, and And it's just so crazy, you know, how it all happened and how perfect that it is. I mean, it's literally, I could feel that, like I said, in the song, I could feel that he was close. Like I could feel like that I was close to finding him, you know, like, and there he was.
I mean, I can't lie. The last, 5 years before I met Emily, I was writing songs, performing them all over the state, basically calling out to find her. Didn't know who
exactly,
but was looking for a specific energy, and that's when Emily appeared. Mm-hmm. And I was like, thank you, universe.
Yeah.
I used the musical skills to put my feelings and my energy out there and wrote what I thought about the world, and hopefully somebody will relate. And she appeared. Yep. And it's beautiful, right? It's
so amazing.
Now I'm going to marry her.
Right?
And you're going to marry him?
I'm going to marry him.
I'll get married. Okay, so what's next? What's next for us? What else we got? That's a great one, though. I love it.
Thank you so much. And like, I didn't, the part where it's the ahs of the song, I had originally written it as laws, laws. But when I came up with the name A Siren's Call, I switched it to like the like the mermaid thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, there it is. That's it.
A video for that would be you on a rock singing, and he'd be a sailor, sort of.
Yeah.
You're just calling him in. Come over here to this rock.
Or like
Promise
driving
you won't crash.
by on his motorcycle.
Yeah. Come to me, my sweet thing.
You will die.
Yeah. I love it. I got you now.
I will take your soul. Oh, man. Okay.
He's a lucky man. You're a lucky man, man.
Thank you. Okay. I feel very lucky, too. Me and the kids are very lucky that we found him. Okay. So, want to talk about some feels?
Yeah, let's go Feely on this.
You're right.
AJ Feely.
AJ Feely.
Backup quarterback, Oregon Ducks.
There it is.
2000 something.
All right. Yes. So I told you the story about my dad and how much, how important that he was to me and my music and everything. And I told you the story of that, of when it all happened and everything. And this is the song that I wrote. I wrote this about a month after my dad passed away. It'll be 6 years this year. And, I will tell you that the healing process from losing him is undeniably different after writing this song. Because we talked so many times about writing music together. He told me so much that he envied the fact that I could write because he could never write anything, And I told him one day we're gonna sit down. One day we're gonna sit down. We're gonna write a song together. And then there's so many times where we wanted to sing a song where I just wanted to even just get us on recording, singing Love Can Build a Bridge. I told him that for so many years, and then he passed away, and then somebody sang it at his funeral, and that's about the time that I almost lost my shit for a minute. But I wrote this song about a month later, and it was one of those things that it just happened. But it didn't, when I was writing it didn't even sound good because I was a blabbering mess and tears all over everything. And it was kind of piece by piece, the words were happening. Within a half an hour, the song was completely finished.
So this is your eulogy for your father?
Yeah.
And what was his name?
Alan Crocker. Alan Ward.
His name was Alan Crocker.
Yes.
His name was Alan Crocker.
His name was Alan Crocker.
Yes. This is called My Daddy's Song. My daddy gave me my voice. He put each finger to each string, taught me how to play, and loved the way the guitar raised. He taught me to be kind in a world that's opposite. My daddy gave me my voice, so I'm gonna use it. I'll never forget that day that you taught me how to play. And look on your face as I confidently say, oh, I've heard you tell that story 100 times, and I'll never forget the proud look in your eyes, 'cause my daddy gave me my voice. He put each finger to each string, taught me how to play and love the sound of harmony. He taught me to be kind in a world that's opposite. My daddy gave me my voice, so I'm gonna use it. I'll never forget that day that you went away. Love can build a bridge, never hit me that way. Oh, I'll never be the same. But every day I swear that I'll sing in your name, 'cause my daddy gave me my voice. He put each finger to each string, taught me how to play and find the music in me. He taught me to be kind in a world that's opposite. My daddy gave me my voice, so I'm gonna use it. The last time I saw you was so fitting. You came by one last time to hear me sing. Remember when I said someday I hoped we'd write a song? I thought I lost my chance, but you sure had a hand in this one. 'Cause my daddy gave me my voice. He put each finger to each string, taught me how to play and love the way the guitar raised. He taught me to be kind in a world that's opposite. My daddy gave me my voice, so I'm gonna use it.
Okay. You got mad skills.
Thank you.
I say that, I know it's not the right way to say that. Like, you're very talented. But I would just say you got mad skills. And I love that you self-taught, and these songs are raw, and they're meaningful. The lyrics are awesome. They're very clean and simple, great, poignant lyrics.
Thank you.
And I think that he would be very, very proud of you and be very honored to have a song like that for him. That's just me.
Thank you.
My opinion.
There's times where I'm like, I sit and I wish so bad that he could have heard it, but then I remember he was like, he gave it to me. Like, that's what I have to remember also, is that he gave it to me. Like, I remember feeling him, like, next to me when I wrote the song. So it's like, I struggle a lot with, like, wishing that I could sit in front of him and play him the song. But that's just not how life works. And he hears it.
Yeah, I guarantee. I guarantee if he doesn't hear it, then your whole family can hear that one.
Oh, yeah. And I get to tell my story about, that's my whole story. Music, my whole music story about me and my dad. And so my kids get to hear that for the rest of their life. We get to show that to their kids. And like, you know, and that's, I swear that I almost, there's times where I feel bad for my siblings because they don't have that specific, because my healing process was so much different after writing that song.
I feel like songs, I don't have tattoos. I love your tattoos, by the way. I'm not knocking tattoos. But I feel like my songs are my tattoos.
Right.
They will last longer than any tattoo I could ever put on my skin. Mm-hmm. They pass down.
Yeah.
That one will pass.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So where do you go from there?
So, oh no, I don't need this. So,
where do you want to go from there?
You know what?
What are you feeling?
Liven it up a little bit.
You want to lighten it up a little bit?
Yeah.
See, because you also have that awareness.
Right.
Of just overall enjoyment of a presentation of some music.
I don't want to bring it down too much.
It is the deep dive. We can go deep.
We can.
But we can breach the surface.
Right.
Like rise above the surface real quick.
Yes.
See what kind of seagulls land on our bow. Mm-hmm. Let's go there for a second. Let's see some sunshine.
The song's called The Man-Hating Song.
The Man-Hating Song?
Yes.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Actually, 90%. I had a boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, but we were together, and we got together right before I finished writing this song. And I had just been through so many douchebags that like were just users, you know, like they just tried like use me up for everything they could, one right after the other. And I was really quick to be like, you know, nope, you know, but I wouldn't even sing this for my new boyfriend for so long, because this isn't me, but it's basically like I'm taking everything that stereotypical guys do to women, not all of the men, but the stereotypical, you know, thing, and I'm just kind of like, well, I'm gonna do it to you. So this is my man-hating song.
I like it.
Ever since we started giving them everything they want, they've gotten used to taking all they can. Well, I'm getting pretty fed up giving all I have and getting nothing in return. So it's my turn to use a man. I spent so long wondering what I did wrong. It turns out they're all the same. Nothing that I ever did ever made a difference. In the end, I was always broken. But this time I've learned my lesson, and it's my turn to use a man. Gonna build you up, then break you down, make you feel like I can't live without you, then never be around. Nothing that I ever say confirms anything. You'll never know my plan, so I can take you for all I can. Yeah, it's my turn to use a man. No, I don't mean to sound so heartless, 'cause that would give me up. But I've spent so long loving, now I'll spend my time running over anyone who won't call my bluff. And if you're in my path, I'm sorry, tough luck. 'Cause it's my turn to use a man. Gonna build you up, then break you down. Make you feel like I can't live without you, then never be around. Nothing that I ever say confirms anything. You'll never know my plan, so I can take you for all I can. Yeah, it's my turn to use a man. Oh baby, it's my turn to use a man.
Damn, woman. That was great.
Thanks.
See, that's that song that's that, I mean, that's the song you could sell to Taylor Swift. Easy peasy.
I could sell to Taylor Swift?
Oh, you could sell that to her.
Thanks.
You could sell that to her. You
That's
said
awesome.
She's running out of content, right?
Right?
I mean, that
Bring it
right
on.
there, that's right in the vein of Taylor Swifter.
Right? I know.
Right? Swiffer picker upper. She
Right.
needs a pick me up. That song. That's a great song.
Thank you.
You're just knocking them out.
Thanks.
I love it. You're a great writer.
Thank you so
You
much.
really are.
Thank you. That means a lot.
So where do we go from here?
Okay, so we were talking about how typically how I view my what's the word? Not fan base, but
Oh, your audience.
audience. Thank you. Typically, I feel like my audience is single mothers.
Right.
And I have, there's this song that, it's called The One. And I have, so with my 3 kids, I have, my first 2 are from a previous marriage, and then my last one was from a previous engagement.
Right.
And I sing and I write about the 2 men that I talk about in this song are both of their fathers. And this is, a lot of the time I like to play this after a siren's call, because, I mean, yes, I am super excited that I found this amazing man that, you know, that helped, that kind of completes everything. But this song is also a big reminder to me and to everybody else that you look in here, you know, like, that you'll find everything you need right here, you know. And this is like my biggest one, that I've had so many women come to me and be like, this song is, thank you so much for putting this out into the world. Like,
Yeah. So this is like the B-side to Siren's Call.
right.
Got you.
Right. The before, the strength that I had in myself before I found him is basically
The strength that led you to even put the Siren's Call out in the
Yes,
first place.
exactly.
Like the knowledge of self
Yep.
empowerment.
100%.
Got you. Let's go. I'm
So
ready
it's
for
called
that
The
one.
One.
I love these kinds of songs. These are the songs, man. It's mental medicine. Let's go.
right. Never really been good at trust, and I always just loved too much, and I was always on the search for the one. Didn't listen to anyone when they told me I was too young, and at 18 I married a boy that said he'd always be beside me. But he was the one to start it all. He was the one that tripped the fall that left me broken and scarred. He was the one to start the wall that I had up for so long. Then I found the one that made me doubt my intentions in life. Codependency made me ignore the warning signs. But he was the one that made me find myself when I woke up. It hit me like a brick when I realized I needed no one. but he was the one to start it all. He was the one that tripped the fall that left me broken and scarred. He was the one to start the wall that I had up for so long. I'm 32 now, a mother of 3. I've learned to love myself and always be true to me. When I remember when I was down, who was there to pick me up, pull me up off the ground? I was the one that had to stand back up and brush it off like nothing, because I'm so tough. I am the one that did what I had to do to take care of my family, 'cause I had no choice but to. And then I realized I am the one, and I've been here all along. I am the one, and I've been here. Never really been good at trust, and I always just loved too much, and I was always on the search for the one.
Wow. That's great. It's like a movie with a twist.
Right?
I love it. No, really.
And I changed my age every year.
Yeah, it's great. You go through a timeline. Mm-hmm. You almost like appreciate. You say thank you to the past people and what they taught you, and you're always looking for the one until you realize you're the one.
Right.
It's like a movie twist. It's great.
Thank you.
You're a great writer.
Thank you.
You really are. You got great songs, man.
Thank you so much.
Like, again, Taylor Swift. She could sing that. You could sell that to her. You know,
Right.
It would be a hit. You ever write a song and be like, man, if somebody like Usher sang this, it'd be a top 40.
Mm-mm.
No?
Nope.
Good.
Never.
I like what you're writing. You're doing a great
Thank
job.
you.
What else you got? I'm sure you have more.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right. I wrote all of my songs down the other day, or this morning, not the other day. The other day could anywhere be from 5 minutes ago to 6 months ago for me.
Yeah.
So
It can. You're right. There's no real.
this is a fun song. I like this one. This one's called "Admire from a Distance," and it's pretty self-explanatory. Where you have feelings for somebody that you just know it wouldn't work out, so you just continue to admire who they are. And you've got a smile that makes me weak in the knees. You've got a laugh unlike anything I've ever heard. You make me smile whenever you're around. You're so beautiful. You're so unattainable. Every time that I see you enter the room, I can't help but wanna run to you. But I know that you need so much more than me. And I know that I can't give you what you need. So I admire from a see your soul again. There's so much beauty in front of me that I can't look away. But I think it's best that your place is over there. And I think it's best that my place is over here. But I know that you need so much more than me. I know that I can't give you what you need. So I'll admire, admire, admire from a distance. I'll admire, admire from a distance.
Yeah. Again,
Thanks.
flawless. No, that's really good.
Thank
I
you.
know I have. See if I can. Oh, you can't even hear it. It's pointless. I have an applause sound.
Yeah, that's me.
That's great. I thought you said I'll admire a mile in the distance. And then I was sitting here pondering that. I was like, admire a mile.
Oh.
It was a good tongue twister. And then I realized you're saying I'll admire from a distance.
Yes.
I like it.
Thanks.
I like the way you chop and play and screw with words.
Thanks.
I'm a fan of
Thank
that.
you so much.
Yeah. So what else? What else you got for us? What other tasty, sweet songs? Can
I'm
you
gonna
play?
play. I was thinking about it because somehow I don't know how I can do this, but somehow when I'm playing another song, I can plan the next song that I'm doing, and I think I want to showcase a little of a lot of the songs I've done. All the songs I've done right here are all kind of recent. So I wanted to play a song that I wrote a long time ago.
You were just playing, singing, thinking about wonder which song
Yeah.
to play next
I should
while
play
you
one.
were doing all of that.
Yeah, I should play one that I played a long time
So
ago.
you can cruise through these now. Like we were talking about driving
yeah.
while you think of song lyrics. It's sort of that monkey
Unless I
mind.
smoke weed,
What happens when you puff?
I forget the lyrics to my own songs.
But your singing, freestyling is out of control dope, right?
My freestyle?
Like you're singing with your voice, you're all over, you can.
I can do that. Can't
Yeah.
do words.
Can't do
But
words. Okay.
You know what is so funny that 90% of the time that I've forgot words, and this makes me feel good. Every time I forgot words to my own song, somebody from the audience will be like, "No, it says this," and I'm like, "All right, I love that."
So what were you thinking while you were playing Admire from a
Okay.
Distance? You were admiring your set list in your brain.
Yes.
In your little compartment in the dark over here, like plotting and
back here.
scheming.
Yeah.
What'd you come up with?
So I wrote the song when I was 19. It was right before I was going to get married, and I wrote the song for what is now my ex-husband. And I've learned a lot from this song because every time I would sing it, I sang it to him at our wedding reception, and he got up and walked out. He would never sit through listening to this song. And I asked him so many times, like, why? What's the reason? I don't want people to look at me. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I don't even know if he really ever even, like, the song ever even sunk in, which is fine because he didn't deserve it anyway. But I will never put this to anyone else. Like, I'm never going to be like, oh, this is my song for you. I wrote it for him, But I wrote it. I realize now that I wrote it because I was supposed to learn something from it. And what I've learned from this song is that I don't want somebody that's going to walk out because they don't want people looking at them. I want somebody that's wearing a Dawna Crocker t-shirt that has a sign that says, "That's my girl." That's
Proud.
what I've
You
learned.
want a proud
super proud.
partner.
Right. Never, wouldn't even dare to walk out while I was singing this, a song I wrote for him, And so that's what I've learned throughout the years is through this song. And the song's called In His Eyes.
Give it to us.
I am more than my kiss. I am more than my touch. I am more than my arms wrapped around him. I am not just his thing. I am not just his girl. And I've never felt this way before. Look in his eyes. What do you see? I see everything I've ever wanted. Look at the lips that are kissing my hand. Boy, he's all I've ever wanted. He makes me feel like I mean more than I thought. He makes me feel like no one has before. I am more than my kiss. I am more than my touch. I am more than my arms wrapped around him. I am not just his thing. I'm not just his girl. And I've never felt this way before. No, I've never felt this way before. I used to think as long as I touched them, I was worth every kissing. I almost gave up, I almost lost hope, but I know there's still hope because he makes me feel like I mean more than I thought. He makes me feel like no one has before. I am more than my kiss. I am more than my touch. I am more than my arms wrapped around him. I'm not just his thing. I'm not just his girl. And I've never felt this way before. No, I've never felt this way before. 'Cause he makes me feel. He makes me feel. I am more than my kiss. I am more than my touch. I am more than my arms wrapped around him. I am not just his thing. I'm not just his girl. And I've never felt this way before. I am more than my kiss. I am more than my touch. I am more than my arms wrapped around him. I am not just his thing. I'm not just his girl. And I've never felt this way before. No, I've never felt this way before. 'Cause he makes me feel like I mean more than I thought.
Wow.
Thanks.
I mean, you're saying, look at his mouth, look at his lips, look at it. I'm sure he got uncomfortable.
I know.
You're like, everybody look at his lips and his mouth and his face and his eyeballs. Look at the way his ear's crooked. I love that about him. Stare at him.
Look at his dumb face. Look at it. Would you
Again,
just look at it?
Again, a very, very beautiful, well-written
Thank
song. We need one more from you.
Okay, perfect.
Can we do one more?
Yep.
And then we can
Yes.
we can say we got the full Dawna Crocker experience today.
Awesome.
I feel like I did.
I'm stoked.
I feel like I have a new friend who's really good at music.
Thanks.
And I know you exist now.
Yay.
And I love that.
I love that too. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. This is a really awesome opportunity. And
Thank you, Trevor.
thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Trevor.
Middle Road Audio, doing the sweet sound, bringing this live experience from the the corner. We got to have a name for this.
Right.
What do we call this corner?
Beehive.
The sweet nest?
I know, it's pretty rad.
It's a little sweet. It's
I like the bee right
It's like the
here.
queen bees something.
Yeah.
It's like a something. It's got to have a name. That's really
Beehive.
cool.
Do
Queen's Corner?
The queen's corner.
the Queen's Corner.
Or the king's corner. The queen or king's corner.
It's the corner.
It's the corner.
It's the corner. It's the corner.
It's the corner.
Okay, so you saw all of those colorful pictures,
I did. We did. They did.
and you said you feel like you have gotten to know me a little bit, and that's what this song is. The song is called "This Is Me."
All right, bring it home.
I end every one of my shows with this song because this is me.
I love it. Bring it home, Dawna.
All right.
Dawna Crocker, bring it home for us. Let's go.
Pressure is on me to be what I think you are or who I've been. But in the end, it all comes down to what feels right. You'll never understand why I do what I do. I say what I say, or why I wear my makeup a certain way. I know that I'm a mother, and someday I'll be his wife. But that doesn't mean that I don't have the right to live my life. Probably look at me like she thinks she's 16, stuck in this world of rainbows and fishnets. La 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 la, turn arrow up, dye my hair pink, and have all eyes on me. But you can be you and I'll be me, 'cause I'll never ever change. This is me. La 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 la, this is me. Expect that I'll always be way too naive for you to handle, and most of the time I take things the wrong way. But take the time to understand that I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'd rather be lost in my perfect world than deal with reality. I hope that you love every color that I offer. I hope it doesn't come off weird, 'cause it's who I am and I love her. You probably look at me like she thinks she's 16, stuck in this world of rainbows and fishnets. La 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 la, turn arrow up, dye my hair pink, and have all eyes on me. But you can be you and I'll be me, 'cause I'll never ever change. This is me. La 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 la, this is me. Don't take it as conceited, 'cause I'm more humble than you think. Just call it being true to myself. I'll do everything I can to keep a smile on my face, in hopes that it might bring one to yours. What you see is not a showdown to my leopard print tattoo, just a reflection of me on the inside. You probably look at me like she thinks she's 16, stuck in this world of rainbows and fishnets. La 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 la, turn arrow up, dye my hair pink, and have all eyes on me. But you can be you and I'll be me, 'cause I'll never ever change. This is me. La 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 la, this is me. La 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 la, this is me.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in today
Thank you
and
so
sharing
much.
who you are with us.
Thank you.
And then literally capping off the entire thing with the words, "This is me."
Yes.
That's what we want.
Thank you.
And I don't know, on behalf of everybody in the room, we're just going to give you a round of applause right now, because you just absolutely slayed that. That was beautiful.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for coming in, and thanks for sharing your story with us. And
Thank you for the opportunity.
yeah, we're stoked to have you. We'll have you back again, I'm sure.
Okay.
And hopefully I'll get maybe I'll find a track that I need some singing on, or
Woo.
get you some hip hop beats or something or whatever.
Yeah.
No, you got a great voice. You're a great writer.
Thank you so much.
Your story's amazing. Your kids are lucky, and your Thomas is a lucky man.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming in. And it's been a great show. Thanks for tuning in to the Deep Dive from the Hive. I'm Marv. It's been a pleasure. Subscribe, hit the link, share, clickety-click, 5-star rating. Come on, give us that 5-star rating. That's what we want, is that 5-star rating.
Yes.
And tune in next show. We have, or tomorrow, we have the High Step Society coming in, the full band. It's going to be nutballs. And they're going to be rocking the house. We're going to be, I don't know what else to say. It's freaking High Step Society. It's nutballs pretty much sums it up. But I mean, we're talking about voted Eugene's best band. Electro Swing Mania is coming in the house tomorrow. We're going to have the whole thing going down. Live stream starts at 8 tomorrow. 8 o'clock. Tune in. Check out High Step Society. Another amazing front lady singer, Baroque Betty, is with them.
Is that Shailene?
Baroque Betty from Eugene.
Oh, okay. I don't know her.
Oh man, you got to see. You got to see what happens tomorrow. It's crazy. There's like full band horn sections, upright bass, moog sub keys, and
for those in the future, it's March 26th at 8 p.m.
What's that?
For those in the future, it's March 26th.
Yeah, and for those in the future, if you're just tuning in to check out this now, you can go back to the Live at the Hive, which you should subscribe to because you're missing out on all this live music and like what we just did now. But tomorrow night, for those who are in tune with this, tomorrow night or Friday the 26th, we are having High Step Society. So tune in, check it out, and or go back in time and check it out. And their podcast will come out the next day. We're going to do a little post-show after you play Endorphin Rush.
Sweet.
You know, post-show, noon o'clock, coffee, talk about the show. We're going to try that out.
Nice.
We're always trying little new angles here. It's really fun.
Nice.
It's a pleasure to be here. I'm thankful for this opportunity, Trevor. Joe, thank you for the cables and everything you do. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Dawna. We will see you next time. Peace out.